Hello, welcome back. I feel like we were just here. And just as the clock turned over that it was time to go live, I realized there was something I wanted to show you, and I can't lay my hands on it. So I might do that in the next video or the last video, or just some random video later this weekend. We'll see. Um, so this is 4 o'clock, our fifth live stream of the day. The post is MA26 number 15, and we are going to finish up the catalog starting with the designer series paper now. So let me switch that around. And the designer series paper section starts on page 62. And I don't know, might be as good as it gets. Okay, so a lot of these papers we have seen before, but remember, we have icons to help us identify if we have seen them or not. Now, the first one is this paper medley mix-in. And this paper is featured in that paper, what's it called? Paper Mixer Craft class. So when you order that craft class, remember to get the supplies that go with it. And this is one of the 3 designer series papers that you will want to purchase. The other one of the other ones is this beautiful ordinary life that's on the next page. But I think I posted the essential supplies in that post with the paper craft class. If not, I can do so later. I do not yet have this. It is on my list along with that craft class to get. The next paper is one of my very first purchases, this Artisan Sketched Garden. I love a black and white pack of paper, and this delivers big. We've seen some samples, sorry guys, we've seen some samples in the catalog so far that I have pointed out. And once you've seen these papers, go back through the catalog and see where you find not just this paper pack, but all the papers used. You may be surprised at what you land on. But look at these beautiful vases. We had several samples with these cut apart and used as focal points on cards, and they're just gorgeous. Now, this is the reverse side of this first pattern. It's a fun little floral pattern, geometric pattern. Then I absolutely adore this pattern with white polka dots on black on the reverse side. Then we have this little floral cluster with a little black bud. You see that on the back side on a white background. Then this little blooms filling the paper. So years ago, one of my most watched video, it probably has 5,000 or more watches now, views now, is called a stack, cut and shuffle. And I used black and white paper in that, which is a stunning way to use black and white paper, black and white patterns. So I would imagine that I will repeat that and probably use those vases, those bouquets. Yep, I can already see it in my head. That doesn't happen very often, so I got to run with it while it's hot. These are so, so pretty. I love the fact that they're sketches and then black and white. Holy cow. I could use this whole pack of paper on a stack, cut, and shuffle. And I just might, although so much more to do with it. So that is the Artisan Sketched Garden 12 by 12 paper, 6 double-sided designs, $13 for the pack. I need to find a good place to deposit this stuff. Okay, then the Waterside Retreat we've seen before. Notice it says new, but it also says it's part of a suite. Turning the page, Beautiful Ordinary Life. It's part of a suite. You have two options with this one. Remember, you have the designer series paper only, and then you have the designer series paper with the sticker sheet or the adhesive back die cuts for $17.50. So you'll want to pay attention to those. Same for the Valley in Bloom. You have the option to get just the designer series paper or add in the adhesive backed die cuts for $17.50. Bloom Boutique, also the same thing. So this page is all three of the scrapbooking workshop, and their coordination with the suites are here. I think that's pretty clever. These are sometimes the designer series paper is grouped alphabetically, but I think that this is a better grouping. Yeah, I think this is a better grouping. Okay, then this side, these are all parts of suites, the Velvet Meadow, Scenic Coast, and Moonlit Flora. And then we have this part of the suite. This is the Luxe White 12 by 12 specialty paper, and you can see the patterns in the catalog here. I probably not if I pick it up, but no. It tried to for a second and then it dropped it. So, and then we get into the painted patterns, and this is our in color paper for, or no, our color family paper, designer series papers for this year. So let's take a look at the in color. That is the one that I have. I'm so excited that this is 12 by 12. I love a 6 by 6 pack of paper, but I'm super excited that this is 12 by 12 because this is a pattern that gets used frequently in classes, and the 12 by 12 lends itself better to that splitting up for a class. So this is the in color pack, the 26 to 28 in colors. So here is the crisp cantaloupe, and you're going to get 2 sheets of each pattern in this pack. We'll look at what you're getting in the other colors, because remember, this is 5 colors, and in the regals and the brights and the subtles, it would be 10 colors. So we'll need to pay attention to that. But so hold on, I do this a different way so you can see the patterns. So small dots, dark on light, large dots, dark on white. Is that a good way to say it? And then you have this ombre stripe, small stripe, skinny stripe, wide stripe. I feel like we're in a Dr. Seuss. So I'll look at each color. So remember, in the beginning of the catalog, we looked at some cards that had been made using these papers, and they were so fun. And just using the different color families, you know, they go from being bold and bright to being, you know, subtle. And this Barely Blush is barely there. Whoever called it that, I'm not going to argue with you. I know you can pick it up a little bit, but you can't really distinguish the patterns very well there. There's our Hydrangea Hue, which is looks to be a favorite among you all today. That and Peaceful Pine, which would be my 2 favorites as well. And here's the pine. So pretty. So let's take a look So in the 20 sheets, and each of 2. I don't think that's quite set. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So I need to check the corrections list because this is 20 sheets and you got 2 of each pattern in each color. So 4 sheets of each color, 2 different patterns, double-sided. But if you were going to get 20 of the color family, then you would just get 1 sheet of each double-sided pattern. So I will check on that and update you, or if anybody has purchased one of the color families, I'd be curious to know how that is. That was always kind of confusing in the 6x6 packs because it didn't always register that one was dealing with 5 colors and one was dealing with 10 colors. Oh, actually, okay, so here, okay, that's very confusing. We have something that's 19, and then we have, okay, the neutrals are going to be different because those are just 12 sheets. Okay, I gotta go scope that out. It hurts my head right now. Okay, then moving over here to page 67, what's new? We have some 6x8 cellophane bags. That's a pack of 25 bags for $8. The scallop window boxes, part of a suite. The velveteen assortment, part of a suite. Sunset shimmer, part of a suite. The in color pearlized specialty paper, I did not get that. We have the heirloom boutique two-tone cardstock. Remember, these are parts of the scrapbooking coordination, scrapbooking workshop coordination, and they're considered part of a suite coordination as well, which is a little misleading because they wouldn't be part of the suite; they would just be part of the coordination. Okay, then we get to the mix and match section, so page 68. And we're looking at samples on these 2 pages. And then the products on the next page. So we have the 5 ephemera packs, the greetings for all. Cindy and I used a similar greeting pack at Christmas, and my gosh, that was huge in us making those Christmas cards. So yes, I definitely need to get this. That even might take care of Hardin's thank you cards right there. The Everyday Essentials Mix and Match Designer Series paper. This is a standalone paper as well. It is not part of a suite. And it has colors Bubble Bath, Crumb Cake, Darling Duckling, Lost Lagoon, and Misty Moonlight. And I love the uniqueness, the eclecticness of that Designer Series paper. Then we move over to memory keeping. And what is new here is that we have a pack of the 6x8 single pocket page protector. And why is that important? So the 6x8 pocket pages, the variety pack, includes one of these full sheet. but these are so much fun to work with beyond that. Well, I think the pocket pages are overall, but I'll use Hardin's album as an example because, you know, I can, just to show you. Well, for one thing, I used one of those memory protectors and used it to protect the front. But then here is a single sheet for his title. And then, oh my gosh, I used another one somewhere. Did I not? Well, maybe I haven't used another one yet. Oh yeah, I did. So in the very back, him working on his Triumph, that's on a single sheet. As long as I'm here, I want to show you flip flaps. So flip flaps are in the top row. If you haven't discovered flip flaps, they are lots of fun. I use those so much in this album because it extended the page so much. And there are no vertical 4x6 pockets in the 6x8 album. So I use them. I'm not going to say I use them on every page, but I use them a lot. And some of them, so his album is very thick because I used so many flip flaps, but they made it so much fun and kind of a fun interactive element, if you will. So flip flaps here, that was my first time to really use them. They're so fun. They would be so fun on cards too, you know, like a fun fold, but pop in the flip flap to use as a shaker element. I Now that I've tried them, I'm pretty anxious to do more with them. Okay, that's white gel pens and a new black hybrid ink pad. I do not have this ink pad. I'm pretty fond of Mementos, so I can't tell you that I'm going to immediately transition over to that. But the gel pens are great fun, and we had an opportunity to have a play with them in the product. What did they call it? The product experience. So well organized, and so this is kind of what we did with that white gel pen. Just fun. So it comes as a set of 2. So that's here. It's all the new. Then all the embellishments. And again, so we can see the sweet adhesive back metallic. That's not new. Array of dots. These are all part of sweets. Iridescent pearls, not new. Basic rhinestones, not new. Um, Dreamy flowers, so all of these are parts of sweets. Linen thread, not new. The anchors, those floral accents. Antique pearls, love those. The Baker's Twine Essentials pack is back. Here are the in color butterflies, the in color dots. So the in color dots are not part of a suite. They are standalone as well. And then the different bordered ribbons. So in the in color. So I have hydrangea hue. You just pick up on the border there. It's really pretty. I'm having a hard time making the camera do it. And then I have the golden glow as well. And somehow or another, I did not order the other colors yet. But all 5 colors are here. Nothing new in adhesives yet, but I love that we have them all together on a page. That's on page 73. And there are icons here to help you determine when you might use this adhesive, when it is recommended. So that's quite helpful if you are new to adhesives. Tools and inks, the impressions plate jumps in here. That is the new thing there. On page 75, of course, the Stampin' Positioner and the grid paper and the crafting grid paper that fits the glass mat. That's where you'll find your blocks as well. Page 76, I don't see any pink ends. on page 77. So this is where we find those Stampin' Spot collections again. So each of them have 5 ink spot. One is called So Bold Classic, and then we have So Chic Classic. We have that black hybrid pad showing up again. The shimmer brushes, guys, so fun. So here they are all are in each of the colors. We'll take a closer look when we get to the in colors specifically. And did you know we still had soft pastels? Have you played with those? They can be quite fun. Um, that's the only thing new there. And then we get to the new in colors. So what all do we have in the in colors, guys? So we have cardstock. We have two-tone cardstock. We have the pearlized cardstock assortment. No, wait, I blended two things. Pearlized specialty paper. We have the dots, the butterflies, the designer series paper that we looked at, the ink pads, and there's even a cardstock assortment, which is a great way to get them all before you purchase the packs individually. So where shall we start? Let's start with the cardstock. So this happens to be the assortment pack. It includes 4 sheets of each of the colors. And I'm not going to take those out. I'm just going to fan them like that so you can see. That's just the 8.5 by 11 cardstock. You can purchase the 5 ink pads as a bundle, or if you join Stampin' Up! In May, there is a join offer giving you these 5 ink pads, new design, as part of your starter kit, part of your $99 investment. You don't have to purchase them. And that's a $63 value. But so here's the new style. It's magnetic. It just comes right off. It still stores upside down, so your ink is on the surface. They will actually stack together a little bit, right? I've actually got it turned up, only holding the top one. That's not falling off. I love that. There are still the stickers on the back so that you can put your label here, and then one on the inside as well. If you wanted to compare them to, so here is a side-by-side comparison so you can see the height, the width. The old pad is just just a bit wider. The thickness, I think they're about the same thickness. But how awesome is this new style? So super excited about those. Of course, the ink refills, right? And I've taken a page from, I think it's Patty Bennett's playbook, and taken a dot of the color and put it on my lid to help me identify those when I can only see the tops of them. We have Stampin' Blends, light and dark in each of the colors. And we have shimmer brushes in each of the colors. And shimmer brush, it doesn't look exactly packaged like the Winka Stella, but it is going to work the same. You're going to unscrew it to pull out this white piece, and then you can go about shaking and priming. So you'll see where you have push. You want to see that color fill the barrel before you start to paint with it. So you have a brush tip, and then you can see the color start already filling up. You see it? And then you see color coming into the white, and even here. so excited to have these colors of shimmer. Everything's pretty with better with a little glimmer to it, right? So in the product experience area, we were able to create a little in color cheat sheet, if you will, right? So we stamped the little balloons, stamped it full strength, stamped it off. We colored with the blends, the light and the dark, and then we had a piece of the cardstock in each color. So love this color chart. That was part of the experience. Hold on, I gotta find my notes. I think we talked about the in color club details already. So we'll circle back to that in a bit. It's here. Talked about that. Okay. Did I miss? Oh my gosh, did I miss that? Hold on. Where? Oh, I did. I missed this down here. So, bottom of page 76 are the water and dotted lines 12 by 12 decorative masks. Holy cow, what does that mean? So we used the masks on these two fun cards that we made. And we do we do anything on the inside? No. So we created the backgrounds. And then we did our envelopes. So fun. And the masks themselves. So 12 by 12 size, pretty cool. You could either do, 4 or 6 card fronts at once, or you could do, well, cover an entire scrapbook page in one go. So here's the dotted background. I need a piece of cardstock under here, don't I? So just like the other masks or stencils that we've had before, you use your blending brushes and to add color of whatever varying intensity that you'd like. And then you just wipe this off. You can run it underwater. It comes right off. So cool pattern options here. And then so much here. This could look like rocks on a rocky beach, or they called it lines and holy cow. Okay. Water and dotted lines. So like the washed up the water at the water's edge, is what I'm trying to say. But I see stepping stones. I see all kinds of things here. And certainly the way we used it, I don't think that looks like water at all. It's just a cool textured background. So those are the two masks. And of course, this one with all of its open space is a little more fragile than the other. But the two masks for $21, and there's a little page of instructions that come with it. Okay, then, so we talked about the in colors. Then we have all of the color family that you're used to, right? Your cardstock, your 12 by 12, I think this is going to be 12 by 12 two-tone, the ink refill, and Stampin' Blends. Well, actually, it tells you up here. Right up here is your legend to tell you what the icons mean here in the body. And then some things you can actually order by collection. And then here's your index at the back to help you, and arranged by section. Here are dies, embellishments. They are actually in category, alphabetical order by category, and then alphabetized within the category. Okay, that finishes up the catalog. member Stampin' Rewards. We've talked about that in the beginning. This great, relatively new program makes it much more straightforward. And then what's your demonstrator here for? Well, your demonstrator needs to get back in her game, so she's working on that. Okay, so now we finished the catalog. What else do we have that we want to talk about today? Oh, let me get my mouse back over here. All right, so that was live number 5 at 4 o'clock. And the ordering special is the next thing I want to talk about. I believe that post is already posted or it will shortly. And how does that break down? So when you order retail between $20 and $49, you're going to earn 10% Stampin' Rewards from Stampin' Up. When your order is between $50 and $99, you're going to get that 10% from Stampin' Up. If your order hits $75, then you're also going to be able to purchase the product of the month for $5. And I'll send you an in-color sampler of the DSP and two-tone cardstock. When your order is over $100, you're going to get the 10% Stampin' Rewards from Stampin' Up, and you'll hit that $75 threshold to place an order for the product of the month. I'll give you receive the in-color sampler of the DSP and two-tone cardstock, and an additional 10% rewards from me as a thank you. There's an ordering link within the post. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. You have until Thursday evening to place that order in order to count in the rewards. Faye, thank you so much for your order. You're already in, and I appreciate that very much. The join offer is going to be explained in a post that probably hit just right now. So that includes the 2 choices. You can get those 5 ink pads as part of your $99 investment. You still have $125 in products to choose from, or you can choose if you don't want the ink pads, you don't need the ink pads, then you can add on an additional $35 in products to choose. So from $99, you would then have, what, $160 to choose from in products any way that you wanted to. Okay, I will be back at 5:30 to cover the online exclusives. That silly old bear. We're going to take a look at that. And yes, I do have it all. And we'll talk about the In Color Club. So let me know if you have any questions about that before we come back. I think that's it. I'll clean up my mess and get ready to show you that at, let's see, coming up in an hour. Okay, so at 5:30. So thanks for being here. I hope you're having a great day. And I got a big mess over here to clean up. I'll see you in an hour. Take care.